What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is herudaguru, aka soccergod, Studio One Live Production. Hey man, bear with me. Studio One Live Productions. That's a parlay that's still looking good. Right now, I'm finna do a blog. I want to do who has the best on my dashboard real quick. Where's the add new post? Where's the best free picks? Do a paragraph thing here. Sports wagering across America has grown. Alright. I'm gonna edit that. So where we going first? This is how we're gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I just had this thought on the way home, just coming home. I said, man, I gave out my free picks. I used to do this before I had my own page and my own little channels and all that. I used to go look at all the free pick dudes and see what they like and analyze their picks. Sometimes they'll give me stats that they don't even know that they don't even know or whatever. So like they'll say a stat and I'll be like, wait a minute, that means this team gonna win. But so good information. Let me see, I'm gonna get info, variety, accuracy. Them the three main categories I wanna do. Now, who the first one we're gonna go to? I've been going to probably UWager. I know UWager, Kyle Kern, Pickdawgz is the first top three that I go to. And we see Pickdawgz first. Let's go to Pickdawgz. Pickdawgz. Matter of fact, let me take a quick snapshot of them. A quick snapshot. Of them. Hold on. Quick snapshot. Snapchat of them, boy. Quick snapshot. You feel me? Let me say this, buddy. Let's say this to the downloads so I can get to it quick. I'm not naming it, none of that. Pickdawgz. Matter of fact, let me throw y'all on there right now. I'm gonna do a what I wanna do. I wanna do a media and text. Yeah. Upload. Put their screenshot on it now. Damn. One of my favorites. That's all I'm gonna put for now. Alright. I don't know how I'm gonna set this up. But let's go look at some of these videos. Okay. He got 7 free picks in just 5 minutes. That's damn, what his name? What is his name? I forgot his name. But let's watch this video.
So you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now? Well, forget about
I'm gonna put
stocks
Pickdawgz.
or real estate, because there's a little known trend taking the world by storm as we speak.
Go with this free picks first off on first go.
Hi, it's Mitch of Pickdawgz.
Oh yeah, that's Mitch.
And it
That's
is
Mitch.
Friday, November 8th, 2024. We're doing 7 free
Mitch,
picks. Takes
Mitch,
about 5 minutes. The way it works, we go to the betting tools at sportschatplace.com and pick out 7 picks of the thousands of picks that are available there every single day. Betting tools are 100% free, and they just tell you how often in the past each of the bets that are available on the board today have actually hit.
We're gonna rate them. We're gonna rate them today. I don't know if we're gonna do this every day.
Today's odds, side totals, angles, player props, parlays, much more, all 100% free. Click on the betting tools tab or go to the
They all
link I
free.
put in the
We're
description.
giving them to you free.
Our YouTube channel is always 100% free. We hope that you smash that like
Smack-
button.
Let me like this man. I like you, Mitch.
People have done so.
You
Over
my boy.
143 million people have watched our videos.
I
We're the
fought
most
with you
watched
from a
sports
long
betting
time
YouTube
ago. I used to live in
channel of all
Hawaii.
time. Doesn't
And I
mean
said
we
this
claim
guy
to get
live
every
out here
single
with
pick
me.
right. We get a lot of picks
With
right. We
me.
need you to do as well. So put those picks in the comments. You gotta do that though before the game starts. Our
All right,
YouTube
let's
comments
get to
are
it.
not there to brag or cry about
Okay,
yesterday. They're not
Mitch.
there to beat each other up. They're to help
Okay.
each other beat the book.
Okay.
Can't make money in YouTube
Okay,
comments.
Mitch. Stop
Kind to one
crying.
another. We also have Mitch's
Stop
partner
crying about the
program.
comment.
Partner program is for
These people gonna be who they
that
are.
along with my betting
Yeah,
group.
these
It's
damn
100% free and 100% risk free. I bet for a living. I do a big
Damn.
group of people. These guys are amazing sports bettors. They have unbelievable record over the years of winning months. We all there's different styles that are involved. Guys who are former odds makers at books, guys who are punts, guys who are just really good at these really good
Mitch had a
sports.
hole
We
in
have
the butt.
several people there. But the thing is, to bet
No
along
wonder
with
why
us, we
Phil.
need a private
Phil
bet.
got in the
The
goddamn
difference
thing.
between me and a lot of these other guys you see on YouTube and handicapping sites and stuff like that is I actually bet for a living. The money I make off Pickdawgz, it goes to Pickdawgz. But if you're interested in seeing how that all works, you need a private credit book and click on the link in the description. It says partner with Mitch and Phil.
Partner with Mitch.
But anyways, let's get to these betting tool picks. Pick one.
Hey,
Nets
that's
plus
good variety.
versus the Celtics. The
They got
Nets
variety.
4-0 in their last 4 in the underdog roll. Take the Nets plus the points as pick 1.
Okay, you like
Pick 2,
Brooklyn Nets.
College hoops, UCLA, New Mexico, the under. UCLA 13-0 to the under in the last 13
like
weeks.
UCLA
Second
under.
week versus unranked opponents. It's the under in UCLA, New Mexico as pick 2. Pick 3, back to the NBA. Wizards plus the points versus the Grizz. The Grizz 0-5 against the number in their last 5 as favorites versus the Eastern Conference.
Memphis.
It's the Wizards plus the points as pick 3. Like I said, these picks just
The
come from the
Wizards?
betting tools at sportschatplace.com. If you're looking
You like
for
watching
best
the Wizards.
bets, thumbs up betting today as well as best bets. The world's best handicappers. Go to our website, pickdawgz.com. Click on
I think that's what he said.
Also got a link directly below in the description. Prices start at just $15, and you can take another 15% off. Use the discount code PICK. You can see next to me hottest cappers and leaderboards. These are just screenshots from the site. You can go to the website, take a deep dive look at all of these leaderboards, and then some. And of course, if you click on the handicappers,
I'm gonna give me a leaderboard going.
pick they've ever made. We also have a credit guarantee for daily packages if you buy a daily package.
Dang, boy, y'all got all kind of varieties.
Credit guarantee at the website under the premium picks.
Y'all got
tab.
all kind of
But
variety.
anyways, not a credit business. We give out winners. But let's
Give out
get
winners.
back to these picks. Pick number 4, college football, Wake Cal. The under, Cal 4-0.
I like that one
To
too.
the under in their last 4 road
Wake
games versus
Cal
conference
under.
opponents. The under. Wake
I like
Cal
that too.
as pick 4. Pick 5, San Diego State on the money line versus New Mexico. New Mexico 0-6 in their last 6 in the underdog role.
That's football.
It's San Diego State on the money line as pick number
Money
5.
line.
Pick
Okay.
6, skate on over the NHL. Leafs
Dang, he
wins
everywhere.
under. The Leafs 4
Detroit, Toronto under. He all over the place with his picks.
Take the Leafs.
Go.
Wins the under. And pick 7, Vegas on the money line versus the Kraken. The Kraken 0-8 in their last 8 in the underdog role think Vegas as hook number 7.
Vegas.
So all, including to smash that like.
All right.
Subscribe to our channel and putting those picks in the comments.
Let me see who we got.
My best bets, best bet from the world's best handicap over at pickdawgz.com under the premium picks.
Let's go.
Use that
Who you
discount
like?
code PICK for an additional 15%.
Who you like?
We also have Mitch's partner program, a chance for you to bet along with my bet.
Mitch, come on, Mitch. Let's get to the. Let's get to. You promoing too much now.
Website for me and a lot that you see. Betting tool picks. LA, New Mexico, the under. Wizards plus the point.
Wizards plus points. UCLA under.
Versus the Grizz. Wake Cal, the under.
Under.
San Diego State on the money line versus New Mexico. These swings, the under. And Vegas on the money line versus the Kraken. These are 7 free picks from the bet.
All right, Miss Dog. Let me put your paper by Mitch himself. Brooklyn Nets. UCLA under. That's football. Washington Wizards take points. NBA. What else he like it? Wake Cal under. Under. College football. Stop being lazy. Put some parentheses around that bit. Okay, that's his 7 picks, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna bet on. I do like out of all of them. I'm gonna put which ones I like the best. Let's do that. Let's do that. He likes San Diego State money line. College football. Well, NHL. He like Detroit, Toronto under, and Vegas money line. Which ones I like? Which ones I like out of these? You know I don't fuck with no NBA. I like UCLA under. I like the Wake Cal under. Wait a minute, San Diego State play. Let me check them out. Look at my soccer picks. Come on, Mosier. I need you. Constantine. Let's go. Constantine. Let's go. Why I need Constantine? Because they on this, they cover. And they'll be I just need these 2 later on today. Watford. Los Angeles FC. They cover. I need Slavia Mosier. Let's go. Then I got, see, they push. That's why I got it. It's a push. They cover. I need Slavia Mosier. Oh, I got them 1-4, so they can push for me. Okay. I like UCLA under and the Wake Cal under. That's what we like. I haven't looked at NHL, so let's go. We will look at some more folk from the Pickdawgz tree. Who else we got on Pickdawgz? I like them though. Alright, Pickdawgz, I'm finna go back. Jay's, I ain't messing with no NBA right now. They got a little live show. Let me look. I might want to go to the breakdown. The breakdown. Do I want to mess with the breakdown? You give you 13 minutes and NCAA's picks. You know what? I forgot your name on here. Well, I'm going to give you a chance. NCAA.
Losing your wallet.
I don't know his name.
Doubly so. What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com.
Chris, that's him.
11 college football breakdown. We're going to be breaking down 8 games from the college football.
How about I take a snapshot of you, boy? Nah. Snapshot of you, boy. We analyzing it. I ain't even go through my what's the name? Chris of Pickdawgz. I'm on media and text. Media and text. All right. You know what? Link to the video. Let me do that for him. I'm gonna go back to you. I'm gonna go back to you, little where's your 7 free picks? I gotta get a rundown of this shot too.
Hey, welcome back to a new installment of the White.
Wait a minute.
What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com. Here's your week 11.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, there you go. God damn. Copy linkage. Why I'm making this shit so hard? That's all. I'm gonna throw their little link in there, man. Shit, might as well. There we go. There we go.
Hey guys, do you ever run into this problem? You have to check out
There
this
we go.
electric car jack. It includes a built-in inflatable pump all in one set.
Just one button. It only takes 2 minutes to reach the maximum height of 17.7 inches with a loading
Skip
capacity.
that.
College football breakdown. We're going to be breaking down 8 games from the
Okay.
college football card on
Okay, Chris.
Saturday, November 9th.
What 8 games you
If you
like?
like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know your college football picks in the comment section below. My best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $15 best bet. Head on over to pickdawgz.com and click the premium picks tab at the top of the page.
Pickdawgz, I like 'em, man. Fuck with 'em.
NFL action on Sunday, college football action on Saturday, with college hoops, NBA, and NHL mixed in. This is a great time to jump on a long-term pass, whatever you do. Single, whether it's a daily pass or a long-term pass, where you go with just
Okay,
me
okay,
and
as you
one of the
talking
other
all
great
that
league
mess.
actions, part of our multi-cap promotion. Use the promo code
That's
PICK
wrong.
at checkout for an additional 50% off your purchase. But we're here to talk about 8 college football games on Saturday. Some big games on the board. There's some tricky spots, whether you have to try to navigate through injuries. We're going to talk about a couple of those. And now the first college football playoff rankings are out. Teams are going to want to maybe improve some style points. So we're going to have to talk about those as well. But let's not wait any longer. You guys know the drill. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game comes to us from Ohio Stadium. This one's going down at 12 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Ohio State taking on Purdue. Ohio State leading 38, total set at 53. And this is one of those teams, Ohio State, where I was talking about improving style points. I think Ohio State is definitely one of those teams. This Ohio State team is 7-1 on the year. They still have Ohio State, behind Oregon in the Big Ten standings. Obviously, the head-to-head as well. So Ohio State occupying one of the 5 through 8 seeds as well. And if they want to, strengthen that hold on it, or even have a potential chance to leapfrog Oregon if Oregon were to stumble down the stretch, or even in the Big Ten title game, they're going to have to keep picking up these points and keep picking up these offensive performances. Purdue has just been getting absolutely crushed They just got crushed by Oregon at home. Last couple times we've seen them on the road in conference play, they've given up a combined 102 points to Illinois and Wisconsin. And while Illinois allowed Purdue to put up 49 points in that game, it was still giving up 50 on the other side, and Ohio State better defensively than both Illinois and Wisconsin as well. So I'm going to go with Ohio State. I'm going to lay the big number as
Chris, I'm afraid of that one, bro. I don't like that one, bro. Now, Ohio State barely can score 30.
For a matchup between Army and North Texas, this will be going down at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Army laying 4, total set at 64.5. I've been one of the biggest proponents of Army this entire season. I've been riding this
Me too, dog. Me too.
But now this team has started to falter a little bit.
Me too.
Now a lot of it's because of Bryson Daly's injury. Daly, last week it was announced an undisclosed injury / illness. I've heard in a couple places that it's a foot issue.
Army.
So that's problematic for one. But Daly is key to running this option offense for Army. He's got almost 900 rushing yards this season. He's got almost 20 touchdowns. And you could see it last week against Air Force where, or in their last game, I should say, against Air Force, where this Army offense just looked dead with Dwayne Coleman leading the charge. And if Daly can't go
20,
100%,
30,
this North Texas
barely can
offense
score
is
38. They want to beat somebody by 38.
Put points up in bunches left and right.
They've
did also been very
Western
susceptible
Michigan.
defensively, but again, it's a completely different story when Bryson Daly's
Not Marshall.
So the line movement in this game to me suggests that Daly is going to be missing this game again. We've seen Army dip from a 6.5
woke up again, Western.
4. I would hop on it while I can. I'm going to take North Texas plus the 4. I'm going to take them on the money line as well. I just think that the injury for Daly is just too much to overcome here.
Oh, you like North Texas?
Middle of the week to heal up for Notre Dame. I just think it's too much for Army to get past here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
With a sprinkle on the money line. Now we head to Carter Finley Stadium for a match between the NC State Wolfpack and the Duke Blue Devils. And NC State laying 3 here. Total set at 51.5.
NC State trash.
3:30 p.m. Eastern on ACC Network. And we started to see the luck factor that Duke was, thriving on earlier this season catch up to them. I mean, it got bad against, SMU where, they forced 6 turnovers and still lost the game in overtime.
That's bad.
Lost to Georgia Tech.
That's bad.
Got beat up by Miami. And now you take on an NC State team, who needs a win here for bowl eligibility. And they don't have, necessarily easy tests down the stretch with games against Georgia Tech and North Carolina. But not only that, this is senior day. And senior day with bowl eligibility on the line against a reeling Duke team. For me, this just sets up as an NC State spot the entire way. I think the Wolfpack get the job done here. Like I said, I just haven't loved what I've seen from Duke in recent weeks.
Are you sure, man? I'm kind of skeptical on your picks. I'm sorry. I'm a football guy. And I got the eye test probably better than anybody out there. And NC State, although they've started to play a lot better, I had to pause him because he's starting to make me wonder. They are playing a little better. They beat Cal 24-23, 1 point. They beat a sorry Stanford. They still lose to Wake Forest and Syracuse. Tennessee throttled them. They barely beat Western Carolina. I understand they home. I understand Duke is off of, a physical game against Miami. And they're a 3-point favorite? You gonna give me Duke plus 3? Wait a minute. That's no way, Jose. That's no way, Jose, man. I like Duke in that one.
Bailey's starting to come on strong last week. 18 against Stanford. 18
say you like NC State.
3 touchdowns, 234 passing yards. That balled up back-to-back 300-yard games from Bailey. Starting to come into his own. I like him against this Duke team. I'm going to take NC State lead.
Okay. That's what he say. That's what he say. That's what he
Now we
say.
head to Yeoman Stadium for a matchup from the American between Temple and Tulane. This one's going down at ESPNU at 4 p.m. Eastern. Tulane, a massive 26.5 point favorite. Total set at 49.5. And to be honest with you guys, I don't think that you could set this line high enough. This is a bad spot for Temple to be in. Tulane, it's a Tulane team that is 7-2 on the year. They're still trying to make a run at the AAC title game with Army and Navy slipping up right now. And this is a team that's won 6 in a row. They put up 34 plus in 5 of their last 6
Let me see
games.
what Tulane doing.
And now you take on a Temple team that's been getting absolutely shredded. They got shredded by Army. Granted, the option is
Conference USA
to plan for, but shredded nonetheless. They got shredded by Navy, and they've been getting run over. They just got run over for 56 points by East Carolina.
ACC.
And now you got a Tulane team that runs the ball at a top 10 clip.
ACC,
They're 11th in the country in rushing yards per game, top
USA.
14 yards per carry. Going against Temple defense, 125th in rushing yards allowed per game, 116th in yards per carry allowed. I think that this is just one of those spots where Tulane is just going to run wild on Temple. Probably win this one by at least 4 scores. I mean, hell, this is a Tulane team that hung 71 on UAB earlier this season. So I got to go with Tulane here, laying the big number.
American.
Now we're heading to Lubbock for a matchup between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
So he like Tulane, minus 26,
Colorado 4-point road favorite, total set at 62.5. And this is going to be an interesting matchup because both these teams still have an outside chance at making the Big 12 title game. Both are in conference play. But the thing is that Colorado does have a team in hand where they can still catch the Iowa State Cyclones, and where Texas Tech doesn't really have any control over that. And that's why I'm leaning towards Colorado here. Not because I think that Texas Tech isn't going to try to win
and East Carolina just destroyed them. I like that.
But the fact of the matter is,
like that.
You've got Colorado's offense,
like that pick.
which is 8th in the nation
Chris.
in passing yards per game.
Man,
Up against
playing with them at home, trying to still get into the playoffs
per game.
as a
Texas Tech's
group of
defense,
5.
120th in yards per completion allowed, 119th in yards per attempt allowed, 130th in completions per game allowed. And teams are choosing to pass on Texas Tech because teams know it is the weakness of this Texas Tech defense.
I already like Colorado.
They don't necessarily run the football that well.
I already like Colorado.
From Colorado in recent weeks in terms of running the football. But, I mean, that's Texas Tech's strength defensively if there is one. So I can anticipate Colorado probably going very pass-heavy in this game. And Texas Tech offensively can move the football themselves. This is a top 25 passing offense. But Colorado's pass defense actually improved. They're top 50 in passing yards allowed per game. So I think Colorado wins this one by a touchdown. They're usually a solid bet as a favorite. So I'm going to go with Colorado laying the points in this one.
I do too. I like Colorado too,
Then
buddy.
we'll go to Neyland Stadium for a matchup between Tennessee and Mississippi State. This one's going down 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. And, I get why Tennessee is a favorite here. Absolutely. The Mississippi State defense has left a lot to be desired this season. Some would say borderline terrible, and a 45-20 win over UMass isn't going to change that. However, what we've seen from Mississippi State is that they have been able to cover games as these hefty favorites. I mean,
They have.
Against Texas.
They have. Minus 10. They've been winning by 10.
Against Georgia.
10.
They lost that game by 10. They caught 21 at home against Texas A&M, and we lost by 10 there as well. Tennessee is a Tennessee team that is in the national rankings right now and probably needs to accrue some style points themselves. But they also have a matchup with Georgia on deck. So for me, there's a heavy look-ahead spot with Georgia on deck for Tennessee.
Exactly.
If you look at the numbers for Tennessee in conference play, they haven't scored more than 28 points in a game and haven't won a game by more than 10 points.
Boy.
I know that Mississippi State's defense, like I said, has been atrocious. But this, for me, is even still a lot of points to be given up. I think that Mississippi State can sneak in the back door, maybe lose this one by 3 scores, and Tennessee's offense decides to break out.
I know they played Georgia 10.
Now this is over the key number of 24.
But they got to go to Tennessee right now.
14 gets us there. So I'm going to take Mississippi State here plus the 24.5.
I understand why you're doing that. But
now we head to Beaver Stadium for a matchup between
I don't think I could do it.
Penn State, a 13.5 point favorite at home.
Only because Tennessee, I see the look ahead game.
On Peacock, and Penn State.
Hold on. I see the look ahead game. 28-18. They beat Kentucky by 10. Alabama. They've had a rough home slate, and they've done great. Florida, Alabama, Kentucky. After slipping up at Arkansas. 14-19. Shoot. Mississippi State. They've been losing. They lost to Florida, got hammered. Texas hammered them. Okay, y'all play tough against Georgia. We know Georgia sometimes. I don't know how y'all scored that many points. Now all of a sudden y'all can score points apparently. I just don't see y'all. That's a game I stay away from. I like them points. I agree with him. I see his logic. He's not wrong. But I think Tennessee right now, they looking at style points from the here on out.
You know, took one on the chin against Ohio State and dealt them a serious blow. But this team is still 7-1 on the year, and you know, another team that needs to accrue some style points. So you sit here and you think, well, can Penn State, you know, pick up a big win and get those style points? Here's my question: is it Ohio State on the other side? No.
Nope.
Okay, Penn State's usually probably pretty good then, because I mean, that's where James Franklin struggles. He acknowledged that in the post-game press conference. I like this Washington team a lot, but I just think this is a bad matchup for them. We've seen Washington, we've seen a lot of these former Pac-12 teams that have come over to the Big Ten really struggle with these trips out to the East Coast or these flying east. You know, Washington, they lost, you know, at Rutgers by 3 points, but didn't cover. Then the last 2 games on the road, at Iowa, gave up 40 in a beat-down loss, and then went high to bye.
They play Washington.
Home, and then went to Indiana and lost that one by 2 scores as well. So I think that Penn State, a little bit frustrated after last week's loss, and they come out with a bit of a fire under their butts. I'm going to go with Penn State here, Landon.
Let me see.
Our final game on Saturday's card is the Holy War between Utah
Yeah, I think
and
Penn State,
BYU.
and they got to go to Penn State.
3-point road
I
favorite.
do like that.
Total set at 40
I do
and
like
a
that.
half, and this one is going down on ESPN at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. And you know, this line is, I think, is only this low because it's a rivalry game, and I think this is going to be one of those sort of sharp chaser specials where everybody's going to think, well, it's Utah at night, you know, it's the Holy War, it's a rivalry game, and that's all well good. But the thing for me is, it's still a rivalry to BYU as well, and there's a lot on the line for BYU as well in this game to try to get a win, because this is a BYU team that is holding on to one of those college football playoff spots. They're still undefeated, and you're not going to tell me that BYU doesn't want to go out and get this win, not just from a rivalry perspective, but to keep themselves in that playoff line.
Okay.
And a loss to Utah would definitely do some damage. So I'm going to go with BYU here. Nobody's really been buying into BYU pretty much all season long, and this week seems to be no different. So give me BYU laying the 3 here to round things out.
Let me see.
That's it. That's your Week 11 college football breakdown on
Utah
Saturday,
done
November 9th,
struggling.
2024. Again, if you like this
BYU
content,
blow
make sure
that
you
out.
smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel.
I like it,
Let
bro.
me know your college
I
football
like
picks in
it.
the comment section
I
below.
like it,
If
bro.
you're looking for my best bets, again, the
It's
game's
one more.
up.
It's
And
one
the
more
big dog
dude
dog.
that I like to. I like opinion at this channel pretty much when it comes to football stuff, and he like BYU. Minus 3. Picks I like. Picks I like. Tulane, Colorado, Penn State, BYU. Picks I don't like. Ohio State, NC State. I can understand why he picked Mississippi State. Which one I don't like? Anything NBA. That's what I'm gonna put. Save draft. Boom. Picks I don't like. All right, bingo. That's him. Y'all heard Chris. It's one more dude. His name is Ron's Rundown. I know Ron got a rundown somewhere. Where you at, Ron's Rundown? Ron's bank shot. You know I gotta mess with Ron's Rundown.
Use tremendous
My
before.
dog.
It's a free platform that simplifies how
Ron's
businesses send gift cards on a
Rundown.
scale, and it makes all recipients
I gotta
feel
fuck my
like
dog
just
Ron Rundown, boy.
Hey,
I
everybody,
like
it's
his
Ron from
video
Pickdawgz. This is Ron's Big Shot
already.
Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Friday, November 8th.
Okay. I got a Snapchat you, boy. Snapchat you. Snapchat you. Snapchat you. Snapchat you. Snapchat you. Eyes closed. Eyes closed. Eyes closed. Eyes closed. Ron's Rundowns, baby. Ron's Rundown. Let me get him on in there. Let me get him on in there. Get him on in there. Hey man, if y'all want web building tools like this, where you can just build whatever you want, whenever you want to, hit me up. Go to studio1live.com/bids. Just fill out the contacts and I'll get back with you. Yeah, got to me. Ron's Rundown. That's all I'm with right now. Okay. Here's Ron's free picks. Oh, I gotta put a link to the video. Real quick. I gotta get faster at this if I want to make this a more frequent video. I ain't take that long. How long this video been going on? Let me see. I've been recording for 36 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Take about 30 minutes to get one of these dudes done. It'll be a little faster now. I know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing. Boom. Okay. Let's look at your picks, Ron. Hold on. I gotta pee. I'm gonna pause the video. Alrighty, we're back. We're looking at Ron. Let's go.
2024.
He said he got only 5 picks, so this is gonna be quick.
Big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my college basketball
You know what? I'm gonna do that for you, Ron. You the first one said that. Put mine in there. Hold on.
Don't forget about that season pass, which is right now for an opening week special price, which is going to end on November 11th. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Friday in college basketball.
Okay.
First up, it's VCU and Boston College. This one's 6 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. It's a neutral site game in Maryland, a part of the Veterans Classic. And we see VCU as quite a significant favorite in this game, and I think it makes sense. I mean, I think this is going to be a pretty big down year for Boston College. They did lose a lot of production from last year's team. And you look at their first game against Citadel, which was ranked 339th in KenPom going into that one. It was only a 9-point win for the BC Eagles, and really not a great offensive showing in that one. Just 44% from 2-point range, 28% from 3. They did get some good free throw opportunities, 28 free throws and 14 offensive rebounds, but 14 turnovers to go with it against not so great Citadel defense. Now you face VCU, and
I seen that Citadel
top 50 in adjusted defense efficiency, good defensive rebounding team, so they should be able to hold Boston College to 1 shot per trip. I think VCU's defense shines in this game, but I also think their offense is a big day. And we saw in their opener, on opening night on Monday, 84-65 win over Bellarmine. Bellarmine may be in the 300 in KenPom, but they are still a team, like I mentioned, those ASUN teams can be tricky sometimes. So I do think that was an impressive victory for VCU, and I look for them to win this game, cover the number, and win comfortably.
What do you know?
VCU. I'll lay the
What do you know? What do you know, Ron?
The moment you're struck with a powerful instinct to protect the ones you love. This is your
Alright, let's get on. What do you know, Ron?
Next up, it's a great matchup in non-conference basketball. A pair of blue bloods going at it in North Carolina and Kansas. 2 top 10 teams as well. 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. It's also a
I want to know what you think.
Because
I was scared. It's -9.
By Kansas by 3 points, but in this game we see Kansas is a pretty sizable favorite. It's a home game, so it does make sense. But the total's also in the mid 150s, which, it's understandable because these are two strong offenses, but I actually like the under in this game. I think this is going to be a tight defensive battle. When you look at Kansas in their opener against Howard, yes, they put up 87 points, which you can't complain about that, but I thought it was a little bit too reliant on making tough shots, and they were 50% from three-point range, 68% from two, but they only had 5 offensive rebounds in that game. They turned the ball over 14 times. I didn't think it was the best offensive showing, and I expect a much tougher matchup here against North Carolina, a team I think is going to be strong defensively overall this season.
On
the flip side, North Carolina, they had a strong day against Elon in their openers.
I like that.
Kansas, while last year was a down year for Jalen Stanhope, they were a 4 seed going into the tournament. They still were top 20 adjusted defensive efficiency. They're a strong defensive rebounding team, so North Carolina, which does look to get those second chance looks, probably not going to get too many of them in a game like this, especially on the road. So I think we see a little bit more of a defensive battle. I think the pace of play slows down a little bit more than what we're used to seeing from these two teams. And I like the under. This total's really steep. We have some wiggle room here. It doesn't have to be a game scored in the 60s. We can still see both teams in the 70s and go well under this number. So give me the under in North Carolina, Kansas.
Constantine.
Next up is South Florida and Charleston. This one's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern on Flow Sports. Now, we took the Florida Gators over the South Florida Bulls on opening night, point in Florida, and being a 15-point win. And the thing that really concerns me with South Florida in this game and going forward is, in that first matchup, they lost by 15 despite shooting 48% from three-point range. They were 13 of 27 from three, while the Gators were only 5 of 26 from three-point range, 19%. If you're scoring and you're hitting all those threes, it's still losing by double digits and giving up just under 100 points. I do think it's going to be tough going forward. And when we saw the Gators defense sharpen up and start to force some tough shots, South Florida just couldn't get it done down the stretch. And I worry about that here because Charleston's a tough team. This is a solid mid-major program led by Chris Mack, who we know that Chris Mack teams play at their best when they're defending the perimeter. When you look at the teams that he had with Louisville, while it wasn't the best run of teams, it's still, you look at most of those teams, top 50, top 25 in three-point defense, and I think that's going to be the key here. I expect Charleston to defend the perimeter very well, like they did in their season opener against Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois, a team that's going to utilize their three-point jumpers. They took 21 of them in that game, but only made 5 at a 24% rate.
You like Charleston?
Florida's anywhere near 25 or 30% even in this game from the perimeter. I think it's going to be an ugly result for them because I don't really trust their defense. So give me Charleston in this game. I like it at home. Next up, we see Texas A&M Commerce taking on Texas A&M, the Aggies. This one's going to be
that one, but I skipped it. What's it like? 30.
Now, Commerce goes into Friday as one of the rare teams who've already played 2 games this week, and both of those games were on the road. Both of those ended up being straight-up losses, but both of those were covers against the spread, which is what we care about. And 22-point losses around a 30-point dog against Iowa, and then against South Dakota, I think they were getting 10.5 points. They lost that game by 8. Now, their defense didn't fare too well in either of those games, giving up 89 and 91 respectively. Their offense was making some tough shots, but still, so far to start the year, 359th in adjusted offensive efficiency. Offense was an issue for the Lions last year. They ranked 342nd by the end of the season in adjusted offensive efficiency. And we saw, these two, this is a rematch from last year's game, which opened the season for Commerce and ended up being a 78-46 win for Texas A&M, the Aggies. And I could see a similar scoreline, but I really think it's going to be a bounce-back spot for the Aggies after that upset loss at UCF. We took UCF in that game, and they won the game outright. But I still think the Aggies are a very tough team in the SEC. I mentioned that they scheduled a very tough non-conference schedule. So I also think by the end of the season, that loss at UCF is not going to be as bad as it may be on paper right now. I think UCF is underrated.
If you could say that right now,
Ron. 12, but the Aggies, I just think on both sides of the ball have a big advantage. The fact that this is a 3rd straight true road game for Commerce in Iowa, in South Dakota, now back in Texas with the game, a day off in between all those games. It's a tough spot here situationally. So give me Texas A&M, the Aggies. I'm going to lay the points in this one.
You need the best footage for your videos. Go to Motion Array to get unlimited footage shot by pro-filmmakers and elevate your videos with stunning visuals.
I had a 33.
Next up, the final game we're going to talk about for the Friday card in college basketball. It's New Mexico and UCLA. This one 11 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Now, last year and in recent years, we've talked about how New Mexico has a great home court advantage. They play really well in the pit, and they've done well both straight up and against the spread in recent years in home games. But not so much on the road. They've not been a great true road team. We saw them lose the majority of their games in true road games last year. However, in neutral site games, New Mexico is actually quite successful. In fact, in non-conference play in the regular season, they swept all their neutral site games. And granted, against teams maybe they're better than, like Toledo, Rice, Pepperdine, and Santa Clara, but all wins, and they scored a ton of points in those games. Then you go to the Mountain West Conference tournament, all neutral site games in those tournaments, and they swept that. They won the Mountain West, made it to the NCAA tournament as an 11th seed. They took down Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, and San Diego State. Some tough teams in neutral site games, and really none of those were really that close. I mean, the championship was a 7-point win for the Lobos, so I'm not too worried about backing them in a neutral site spot. They're an experienced team, and a lot of their players are upperclassmen, especially the starting lineup. And UCLA played well in their opener, 85-50 final score over Rider, a 35-point win. But this was a team that last year really struggled offensively. They were 152nd in adjusted offensive efficiency, which is not anywhere near the standards that UCLA is expecting. They really struggled to shoot the ball both from three-point range and especially from two-point range. And while this is a new look roster and they should be a lot better and probably close to the top 50 or top 25 even in offensive efficiency, I think it takes a little bit to get going here. And Ryder's one thing, but playing a New Mexico defense really improved last year. I think it's going to cause some fits for the Bruins in this game, especially in a neutral site. I think we see a more low-scoring game, and I think it benefits the underdog right now. So I think the Lobos are a live dog in this game. I like to lean towards the under, but give me New Mexico plus the points. And that's it. Those are the games for Friday in college hoops. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and put those college basketball picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. As always, Ron Manelli.
Out of this dude, obviously I like the VCU. Kansas, North Carolina under. I don't really like how none else. Picks I don't like is the Texas A&M. Too many points. For real. Now that you saw the Pickdawgz lineup, do a head up. Wager talk. Let's see what they like. I only got a few more time. Well, we got time. Shit, these games started late. Wager talk. Where you at? Ain't y'all up here? Damn, y'all way at the bottom. I mean, I ain't been away to talk in a minute, y'all. Oh man, they de-relegated them. Wait a minute, I'm missing them. I'm passing. There you go. I know I passed. I'm like, damn. Well, them boys live right now. Them boys live right now.
Teams that are just both in a bad way. Like I said, I'm not betting on it with Lawrence Presman's money.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Well, you'd look good in a Missouri jersey, too. I'll just say that, Jesse. How about you, Brian Leonard? It feels like a dog or pass spot unless you are that high on OU being able to go on the road and get it. Hasn't worked out that great for Missouri this year. I mean, they had a lot of high expectations, but injuries and other things have derailed them here. But is this a spot you can get behind them, even with a backup?
Yeah, this is a tough game, obviously, because of the injuries. The Sooners not only have taken a step back this year, they really struggled when they stepped up in class.
You know what, bro? I don't think I'm finna watch y'all live show. Y'all be too cute. Let me see. Week 11 prediction free picks. Y'all too slow. All football today. Is that the same one?
They're carrying themselves, and this
Yeah,
is a long
same
time
one.
since we've seen it up.
Steve Merrill. That's 10 days ago. Wager talk. Let me snapshot them. Wager talk. That's wager talk for you. Save it. That's wager talk. Wager talk. Wager talk. The press. The press. Say the covers. I like to say the covers. Steve Merrill and the boys. Shout out the mid-major Mac. You feel me? These boys, you feel me? Mid-major Mac. Free picks. Live show. Maybe we will watch it. What's going on? There we go.
They've
Okay.
taken the money because of the Cook injury and the underseat money. So this line's already been bet into as much as enough for me not to get involved in the current numbers. But it's not a game where I'm expecting a whole bunch of points, and it's a game where if Missouri's quarterback doesn't play, they're probably going to win it.
All right, there you go. Keep an eye on that injury report.
See, they ain't gonna give. They gonna give you fluff sometimes.
And you're holding 2.5. You probably feel really good about that ticket that you're holding right now. If he doesn't, boy, another direction. I'll say this.
I'm skipping.
Jesse, here's my problem with this game. You're telling me with this line that Bama on a neutral site is what, 5-6 points better than LSU? I don't see a lot separating these teams unless I'm missing something. Do we really want to go against LSU at home at night getting points? Is that something we want to do?
Well, that's the narrative, Joe. You know, Death Valley at night, LSU 65-6 at home in night games since 2000. But I'm looking at some other stats. Brian Kelly, 1-3 straight up against Alabama, and 4-13 straight up against top 10 teams since 2010. I think as far as the coaching advantage here, I give a distinct advantage to Alabama with Kalen DeBoer. As far as quarterback, I like Jalen Milroe and his ability to run the ball. I think Alabama's got more talented players. I understand the advantage of Death Valley at night, but I think with a short line like this, they might be overrating it a little bit. You look at the injury report, and you always got to be cautious with the injury report, but I believe a lot of the guys for LSU that are listed as injured are actually out, not just questionable or game time decision, but actually out of the lineup. So their depth will take a hit.
We're gonna end this video. We're gonna rate them later on another time. It's gonna take too long to rate them. It's getting over an hour.